Thank you. So, welcome to City of the Gods, Part 1. I am Viktor the GM. It is the 26th of March 2026, and there's probably other stuff I forgot, but here are the players. Becky, you're first, because it's Discord order.
Hi, I'm Becky. I'm playing Horacina, who is a Wonderborn fairy druid.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I'm playing Chanterelle Nevis, an Orderborn fungal druid.
And I'm Frosty. I'm also here.
Hi.
But we'll also be a Dracona Guardian of Vengeance.
And what is your character's name?
Oh yes, Nebeus, of course.
Perfect.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah, of course. So, we are all new to Daggerheart, I believe. Me especially. We are gonna have a fun adventure in the game called City of the Gods, and yous are an established adventuring group who's have adventured together for X amount of time, which is lucky. And that means that yous all trust each other to varying degrees of willing to sleep next to each other in a vulnerable state, so we don't have to go through many sessions of why don't we all trust each other from a tavern. Yay! You may even have many other people as part of the adventuring group that you are part of that may not be here yet, or we may never hear from ever again. But that is left open and undefined, just in case other people wish to join us on this adventure. Or indeed characters die and we have to replace them quickly.
I will die for my family.
Exactly.
Old age might get me, so.
Not if I get it first.
So at this point, I think, is it maybe worth describing some of the visual aspects of your characters? Maybe even like their, like, what do people think when they look at them as well? Like if, like any particular like important details, even if it's just I wear a suit of armor and that's the first thing people notice about me, or if it's I walk in the room and people turn their heads, but it's because of the weird spices I wear. You know, whatever the details are. But Becky, do you want to tell us something about Horacina?
Yeah. Well, Horacina, as I said before, is a fairy, but she's very much on the kind of insecty, spidery side of fairy, rather than more kind of typical folklore. So she maybe has a few more legs than usual. And a few wings, which can come in handy, and quite enjoys kind of weaving in her spare time. She's always got to keep all those arms busy. So that's definitely one of the first things you notice. She's always got a craft project on the go.
Perfect. Thank you. And Chanterelle. I'm getting there.
Chanterelle has, as a fungirl, sort of instead of hair, like a big mushroom cap. That maybe you have a moment where you're like, is that a hat? Is it her? And then you maybe get taken up by how wrinkly her face is. That kind of thing where, like, if she like stretches, there's like whole other features that you weren't aware were there. Just like wrinkles upon wrinkles upon wrinkles. And she's quite small and quite hunched. But again, can almost do that thing where like stretch herself in weird ways at certain points, and you're like, what? How? And she's covered in sort of pouches and pockets and little trinkets and sort of jangles a bit as she walks.
Nice.
Which is often more of a shuffle than a walk.
And is it Nebeus? Yeah.
Possibly at this rate the most concrete, the most easily distinguishable member of the group. Simply, it's a broad and steadfast wall of scaled muscle, whose presence is with presence.
Yeah. And do you wear armor on yourself as well?
Oh yes.
Any like predominant weapons that you carry or are visible generally?
Yes. Never go anywhere without a trusty warhammer, enormous, almost as large as I am.
And roughly how tall is your character?
Oh, certainly over 6 feet.
Okay.
Maybe 7.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Oh.
Matter for the that's a matter for the future bards to tell.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
basically-
I like the idea that every time the bard writes down like part of their lyrics, it's just him. Nebeus leans in and just like adds another foot to the song. It's like
just gets bigger and more imposing every
Exactly.
tale.
like doubles the amount of people you've just defeated as well in the last fight they're writing about. It's like, actually, I was 8 foot in that fight, I'll have you know. And that's a good question as well. Like, what height is Horacina? Because fairy implies small, but it doesn't necessarily mean small, especially if it's more insect-like or arachnid-like.
That's a good question.
And are you like hunched over in that slightly more arachnidy way, or is it, you know?
No, it's more like waist down.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So probably maybe like 4 or 4.5 foot.
Okay. Yeah.
Humanoid-y.
Yeah. And what about Chanterelle?
I think in her hunched state, we're probably closer to the kind of like 4.5 feet. But every now and then, when there's been something just out of reach and you've been a bit too far away, she's maybe gone, and probably goes up to nearer like 5.5 foot.
Nice.
There's maybe some artifice to the hunch.
Got images of the kind of Gandalf more imposing moment as well. Nice.
Although she's maybe more Radagast.
Yeah. Very valid. Yes, so you three have chosen to answer the call. You are heading to one of the major capital cities, known, oddly enough, as the City of Bridges. It probably has a better name that I haven't wrote down. So there you go. But it's primarily a city built over like where two parts of the landmass meet, and there's like kind of almost like very like river strait that goes through it. And again, a lot of the city was built on bridges above it. Was originally like two different, obviously, settlements initially, and then they decided to merge. And initially it was for trade, and it just kind of got blended over the years, and now it's one big city known as the City of Bridges. Pretty much very mixed ancestry city as well. Like anybody's welcome in there, and a lot of the main religions have their temples or like places of worship or whatever in this particular location as well, just because of how much foot traffic it gets from everybody. So major trade hub, etc. User answering the call that has shook quite a lot of people in the world of Legato. So, as we know, people worship the many gods of this world, and there was a, conflicting set of scholarly and religious opinions about where the gods came from. Were they the people that made everything, or were they people that ascended to the roles of caretakers as gods? Were they mortal ones? And part of the kind of theory behind that latter point of view is there must have been somewhere they lived. And now, recent events have uncovered a massive city coming out of the central kind of body of water where a lot of the land masses circle. And out there, suspended several hundred feet above the water level, is a very, very old looking, very ancient city. Lots of water still falling from it, even still. And despite the week or so that it has been in the sky, causing a lot of upset across the world. A lot of buzz, especially from the fairies, So, yeah. We have the head librarian from the Temple of Knowledge has put out the call for any brave adventurers willing to attempt to explore the city, indeed, and work out what the hell's happening, because there's two problems. In the latter half of the week since it's been ascended in the sky above the main body of water, there has been rogue elemental energy entities that seem to be attacking the shorelines and boats that travel to and from the city. They're very intermittent. Nobody really knows what's causing them or why they are there, but they definitely are coming from this city. Which means the city may have some kind of inbuilt defense, like mechanism, spell, or something. We're not really sure. We just know that whoever likely lived there is probably incredibly advanced. People might still live there. We're not sure. So we need people to go in and ultimately turn that off, if there is something to turn off, and ideally stop these random attacks that seem to be happening. And also ideally work out what it is and why it's there, and all those normal nice things. So you have been given a contact to go meet within the library, the head librarian in the Church of Knowledge or Temple of Knowledge. As you know, obviously we've got it'd be Codex rather than Knowledge. Knowledge is just what they kind of stand for. But all the gods, of which there are 10. We have obviously Arcana, Sage, Bone, Blade, Valor, Splendor, Codex, Grace, Midnight, and Entropy. Those are our 10 gods. Worshipped in various ways by various ancestries in various amounts. There are some who don't worship the gods, and that's fine as well. But generally, that would probably make you slightly more odd, because people see the god influence in everything generally, and not unlike necessarily a super zealot way, but just that's clearly facilitated by the gods, because a lot of people see them as caretakers now for those that are left behind, or those that were created by them as some kind of odd project. Who knows?
Don't encourage me to play the fantastical atheist. It's not what I'm going for today.
Like the doubting Thomas of it all. But no. As I said, feel free to embrace all of your zealotry if need be, rather than the atheism in the face of, godlike miracles happening every day. Beyond that, you guys are on a boat heading to the main harbour for the City of Bridges, and you have been travelling from wherever you were last. So obviously that's entirely up to yourselves. It might even be from where you have maybe you were off adventuring and you are actually returning to the City of Bridges if you operate out of there. Maybe you operate elsewhere as a group. I like to believe that your little adventuring cohort have some kind of property somewhere, like your cool clubhouse. Most likely. So
We all met in a tavern.
Yes.
and then we bought the tavern and converted it into our clubhouse.
Yay.
Or that's maybe just a nickname for the clubhouse, is the tavern. Throws people off, when talking about
Come on, guys, let's meet in the tavern.
It's like, which one? They're not with us. There we go. See? Lore building. But yes, so these are on the boat. The city is visible both above you, the city of the gods, and in front of you. You're probably like the better part of a day away, just for this little boat to get over there. It's very much a very cheap passenger boat that you are on to get here. Maybe that's why you are quite eager to try and make some extra cash for your adventuring group. But what are you all currently doing? If the camera was panning across the boat, where is everybody on the boat?
Oh, I'm making sure. I'm holding on to the scruff of our my more scatterbrained colleagues, making sure they don't jump in after shiny things. I think.
I see. So none of you are going to be jumping into the ocean, ideally.
I want. Maybe a compelling case.
But it's so shiny. I think Chanterelle will be near wherever the center that's got the least rocking happening, and we'll be doing some sort of attempt at breathing. But it's just one arm behind her, just hooked onto the mast, just being Oh, it's still on the water.
Like her arm wrapped around the rope or something on it as
Yeah.
well for extra
Just
support.
generally unhappy about the water situation. But probably, again, if some kind of craft is going on, she's maybe got like, and like the other arm is just like holding yarn so it can spin off to Horacina.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Horacina's just buried in the corner, just knitting away.
Nice.
If you knit fast enough, maybe you could knit us a bridge. Look, they were so good at bridges. Why are we on a boat?
Amazing.
Nebeus, why are we on a boat? You promised me no boats.
Right. Have fortitude. The water is our ally. It takes us where we need to be. Fortunately, there's
Ally.
plenty of monitoring to do because they're terrified of the water.
Oh. You protect, yeah. Yeah, I think Chanterelle is glaring at the water and definitely considers it a foe rather than a friend.
Oh, it glares back, I'm sure.
So, has this been the nature of the journey, I guess, since you've left, wherever you've left, to get here so far?
Absolute panic. Sounds like it, yeah.
I like the idea as well that, like, Horacina has just been, like, slowly putting hats on people. Just and scarves and things and gloves. Just like, does it fit you? No, then it's a guest for you. Just to the next head that it fits. Keeping yourself busy as you weave away. But
Dangerously close to the
Hi, if it fits, they do say play what you know. If it does make it easier. Right, so there is, if you are all assumingly below deck, because I imagine that's probably where Nebeus has said this is the safest place for you to be that isn't near the edge of the boat. And I believe that there's probably like, I don't know, you've probably found your way to the very middle, right, Chanterelle? So you've got yourself right to the middle. So
Can I put roots down?
yeah, like slowly trying to like grow into the.
Like Davy Jones, I'm the heart.
Exactly. And you all hear from the top deck someone shout land ho, right, in a kind of muffled, distant way. Because this, as I said, the city itself has come into visual range. I'm assuming there was maybe some nice fog and or mist over the water as well. And because of how visible the City of the Gods is above the kind of ocean where a lot of the cities are like arrayed around on different islands and things, you can definitely see that there's like either water or energy, like vapor falling from it, and it does seem to have kicked up quite a lot of like mist and spray and whatever the accurate term would be beneath it on the surface. Yeah. So you've got that underneath it in quite a... You imagine if you were in it, it'd be quite violent given the scale that we're talking here as well. But that's very visible from a distance as well. So it's not like people would lose that unless it decided to go back under, which hopefully not. But yes, you hear that, and then you hear other like almost like lots of footsteps up on the kind of deck above, people moving around as if preparing the boat more. And then you hear someone go to like almost like a scream that gets cut off.
Fellows, our time has come. To the top deck.
So yeah.
Oh, someone said something about land. It's probably fine.
Get like halfway up the stairs, sort of popping back down. To the top deck.
We're coming.
Like pulls your feet like.
Yeah. Oh. I had a good start of a network going on. Oh well.
But yes, so you all head to the top deck, and on board the top deck, you see a bunch of the crew, seemingly quite upset at the situation that's unfolding around them. There seems to be some horrible warped space that you're looking at, where you're seeing it and light's bending in itself, and you just see a pair of boots disappear into that with a pop.
An anomalous OSHA violation. We can't be expecting this.
This trip was not OSHA approved. But I would like you all to roll initiative when we work out how any of that works. Okay?
Oh my goodness.
So,
wow.
exactly.
It took us so long.
So, Frosty, I believe
Okay.
you just watched a video on how all of this works, right?
Not on how D20 works.
So, you are...
Sorry, roll captain.
That's okay, I'll do that bit. So, combat, everybody, right? Let's see if we can work out how this works from step 1. Let me work out how this works out from step 1. And I'll see if I can try and get you an image of what you see as well. Will it let me steal this image and share it? Maybe. Copy that. And then that looks good enough. So that is in Discord. I have posted that image for you guys. And
Oh no. That looks scary.
mm-hmm.
Swirling, multicolored vortex, chaos, entropy.
Feels summery.
Yeah.
It's good colours. I like the colour scheme. Yeah.
Hey, let me move this over here. Sorry, I'm working on like a million screens. And let me get myself to how the hell combat works in this system. And we'll all learn it together.
I wonder if I could hook my tablet up to the Discord. That'd be a better screen
Very close
space
to
than
my
my
game.
damn face.
Let's see if we've got... Where is that listed? Now, running an adventure would help, but I think core mechanics also would help. So let's go to there. So it does say here, since Daggerheart is a collaborative and conversational storytelling experience between the GM and the players, combat has no initiative order, no rounds, and no distinct number of actions you can take while in the spotlight. Instead, fights play out narratively from moment to moment, just like non-combat scenes. This freeform combat gives players the freedom and opportunity to team up, respond on the fly to narrative changes in the scene, and follow the fiction. If they aren't mechanically locked into combat, players might find it easier to choose a solution other than violence. I like that it calls it out there, such as having their characters flee from their opponents or come to a temporary truce with their enemies. Okay, so we have that. We also have...
Let's negotiate with the vortex.
Let's negotiate with the darkness. Give me a moment to bring up this. And if I can ask as well, like, what are people's characters', I guess, feelings? I enjoy the props. What are they, like, their characters, like, feelings upon getting to the top deck, seeing one of the crewmen absorbed by this thing, and everybody else looking quite panicked?
No, we
That's
must
good.
intervene. Get
Nope,
everyone away from the portal.
We're just doing internal feelings at the moment. We're not actually in roleplay mode just now because I still need to learn how all of this works. And we're gonna teach ourselves that part. So how are you? What's your for example, is Nebeus is like, oh good, I get to fight. Is that the vibe that Nebeus has, or is it, oh god, I need to protect? Like, what's the immediate? Is it protection? Is it aggression? Is it protection? Okay, cool. And the others.
Yeah, I think Chanterelle's got that like, here we go again vibe, but also that kind of quite quick. How do we get people who aren't able to cope with this as far away as possible? How do we? Yeah.
That makes
On the
sense.
same wavelength. This is why we've succeeded as an adventuring party for so long.
We spend most of the fight removing NPCs.
Yeah.
And hopefully the thing takes care of itself.
If we feed it enough or starve it enough, right? One of those will work. And then,
Or is that fire?
yeah, wait a minute. And Horacina, what's your like initial reaction to seeing this thing, other than it looks like summer? I think you said.
I think Horacina is like just so like got her brain like in hyper focus mode on her craft. She's like, I just need to get this out of the way so I can get back to it. So she's maybe kind of ridiculously overly optimistic about how easy it's going to be.
I like that though. Yeah, no, that's good.
Getting in the way of my knitting.
Still like knitting with several limbs. Yeah.
You interrupted me counting.
Okay, so it says character with the spotlight describes what they're doing. And if the action requires a roll, they use the duality dice, the hope and fear dice. And then obviously we deal with how that unfolds. Once combat has started, it continues as a back and forth between players and the GM. There is no fixed order. Players can act in any order they choose as long as it makes sense narratively and the GM agrees. They can use an action tracker. We don't care about that. That's fine. I feel like there's a nice group of us. And also, like, excuse me, given the roles in which you have chosen to play, mechanically speaking, I can see why you'd probably be relatively successful at being tanky as a group, right? Because I believe we have 2 Wardens of Renewal for druids. So that's like the healing variety of druid.
Yeah.
And then we've got like a tanky warrior build rather than the super aggressive warrior. So it's like, you wonder what the other half of the adventuring party were. Was it all just a bunch of like really aggressive wizards? Like,
Just all my harem of healers.
exactly, and maybe one archer. Like, so effectively, you're on the deck of the ship. You have just came up from like underneath where the I guess the steering wheel would be, the helm. So you've come out of the doors there that lead down below. In front of you, there is the big main mast. And then there is quite a few civilians scattered around. I am looking quite panicked, hiding behind barrels and things. And as I said, the very little crew that felt confident enough to try and interact with this thing, one of which is now gone. As you saw his boots disappear into this thing. So, I also believe I start with, is it 2 fear for every player? I believe. I feel like that
feels like so much.
It does feel like
very fearful.
that does feel like a lot. Let's find
It
out.
also probably because
How much fear
Fear of the
does
crew is
a-
bleeding is impacting us.
Let's find out. Oh, 1 fear for every player. And the cap is 12, just so you just don't have to panic. Not per player, unfortunately. Right, so I feel like I need to make a fear tracker, right? Because I think that's exciting to have something that we can see visibly. And mostly for us on like Roll20 rather than anybody else at home, because that's too much effort to do that on the fly. Let me just make that right now, and we'll get that chucked into Roll20. So just because I want you to be able to be as visible and also keep me accountable for tracking it as well, because I'm like, oh yeah, I need to add to this, need to take away from this, blah blah blah.
Just the dice would work.
I mean, it would, but I would like the big word fear in red on Roll20, with a number next to it, ideally. If I can get this page to refresh, which it really does not want to do. There we go, it has refreshed. Perfect, as soon as I said that. But hopefully you are all thinking about actions you can take on your turn. We can talk also about what like consists of a turn also. Let me just add this in. Add that in there. And add this in there too. A little bit. Distorted fear. Right, so
Scared out of nowhere.
I'll make this bigger so it looks slightly less imposing, the fear.
For those of us who cannot view this, they have picked the single most God of War font in a vain hope to intimidate us.
Oh, yes. I recognize that font.
I really like that font. It's really good.
It is good.
Yeah. Okay, I need a text box I can edit multiple times. That would be great. Let's make that red. Feels right. Let's make it bold.
Panic of the surrounding crew is contagious. We have to control the situation before things get out of hand. Not to mention deal with this vortex. Any ideas what it might be or what to do about it?
Well, I'm hoping for some sort of transportation versus eating.
But can we bet on that?
Probably not. We could throw things at it. Maybe I'll get
There
some
we
and
go.
go away.
That's a better one.
If you throw my yarn, I'm going to be raging.
I've done that where you drop it somewhere and you're like, oh no, it's rolled under 4 tables. This is going to be a problem.
They'll have to wrestle it off the cat.
Yeah. I vote we don't throw another member of the crew. That's my vote.
I didn't realise that was a candidate option. But
So throw it out there. It's eaten one. Maybe it likes it then.
maybe
A pet.
Pet vortex. Yeah.
Can we pet it?
I mean, do you want to try? Is that what you'd like to do?
No. No. Seems like a bad plan.
Some of the most dangerous words a GM can utter. You're welcome to try.
Uh-huh.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm kind of tempted to reach into my nomadic pack and see what I've got.
Okay.
About the bottom there.
Okay.
Handy.
So, do you want to talk people through what that is? Just read the little blurb about it so everybody knows.
Yeah, so as a Wonderborn, I add a nomadic pack to my inventory. So once per session, I can spend a hope to reach into this pack and pull out a mundane item that's useful to the situation. And then work with the GM to figure out what that is.
Mm-hmm. And I am going to ask the group, what would be a useful mundane item in this scenario?
A GPS tracker, so we can track the thing as it goes through the portal and see if it's destroyed or not.
Yeah.
And then you put it on a crew member and throw them
I
through,
wonder if,
right?
Yeah, something we can pull back. So if we throw something in, and then can we pull it back? And then we'll see if it's eating or transporting.
Sounds a lot like yarn.
It does. doesn't
Oh.
Oh,
No.
it's fine. I appreciate-
Fishing rod.
I have rope.
Okay.
Rope is
Yeah,
almost
I've
as
also
good as
got
yarn,
rope.
and can appreciate the neuroses of my beloved companions. So we'll sacrifice.
I've also
place.
got a torch. We could always tie a torch on the end to make it easier to throw. Like a tiny lance. Because I'm definitely picturing like old school medieval torch.
Yeah,
Not-
for sure. That's how I envisioned it. It is a high fantasy game. It's not a sci-fi game yet. We're working on it.
So real fire, or is it one of the crank up?
No, like it's basically a stick
Yeah.
that you can light the air off, is what I was picturing.
Yeah.
Just like a big, like,
Wax.
stick like dipped in some kind of tallow.
Yeah, it would be in the sconce on
Not
a wall,
really.
you know, you'd lift it
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
Then again, we are on a boat.
Mhm.
Torches aren't exactly.
I've maybe
It
been
is also a
pushed
wooden
into
boat. I
them.
will say it's a medium-sized wooden boat. Yeah. Because there is only maybe 10 people on board, by the way, maybe, and the majority of that includes Jews.
Okay.
So there is only maybe
7 other people.
there is only maybe 3 crew members. There's 2 now.
Okay. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, we need them to steal the boat.
But their thinking was if we have less crew members, we can take more passengers and charge more money.
Yeah, valid.
Yeah.
Capitalism always wins.
Yep. Feed the thing money. No.
In terms of throw something. Go for it. Someone throw.
So who?
Rope on deck and stuff. We can throw some of that through. See what happens.
So we want Nebeus to be chucking some rope directly at this thing, basically, right?
Yeah.
Directly into its gaping, multicolored maw.
Okay, so if we consult how the skills work, I think this is probably a finesse roll to land the thing where you want it to go.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I mean, finesse is kind of about aiming, right? It does say control, right? That's how I would read that. Agility is about sprinting, dodging, leaping. It's not really what we're trying to do. And strength's about lifting, smashing, and grappling, which we're not trying to do. So I would say finesse is probably our best fit, unless somebody else has any other interpretations they wish to throw in. I'm also aware it's also your worst stat.
Yeah, well, what are stats to duty?
Yeah, you're going to be the first roll. It'll be fine, right? Like, none of us know how this works.
So true.
Yeah.
How do I roll things anyway?
So, I believe in the bottom corner there should be 2 cheeky little dice in a circle on your character sheet.
So there are.
And if you click on that, you can just click duality and it should roll. And we all hope it does.
That's true.
Okay.
Okay.
That's supposed to be displayed somewhere.
Yeah, so it's in Roll20's chat. So at the top right, you should have all those tabs. Chat should be the first tab. And it says custom roll, duality roll, and it is a 4 plus 4 plus 0, and that's 8, right? So that's how you would roll things down there, okay, for whatever rolls. However, I do believe, see if you hover over finesse. Okay, I'm going to give you a choice here, Frosty, right?
Are we saying my critical success isn't being counted?
No, I'm going to give you a choice. You can either take that as is, right? Obviously, it's a -1, but nobody cares, it's a crit. Or you can roll properly by clicking finesse. I'd recommend in this instance you just take the crit.
I mean, like, I can do maths in my head. Rank 1 from it, and it's a critical 7.
Yeah, exactly.
That's quick maths, folks.
And in this system as well, just for MD trying to piece this together like we are, anytime the dice match, that is a crit for the players. We like that. That counts as a success. It also means you get to add hope. So you get a point of hope. Which is good. And I believe it means a bunch of other things that won't matter because I think it's about stress. I think you could unmark a stress as well, I think, but I don't think that matters because you don't have any. Yes, but I'm sure that's what a crit means.
Stressed soon, I think.
I think stress is coming.
So,
But
obviously, likewise, if I get any of these rules wrong and you know the correct rules, please feel free to voice the correct rules also. It is important we learn how the game works. Somewhat. So, yes. As for that role, so you've tied a bit of rope to this torch that Chanterelle has handed you. You've then leaned back. You know that your aim isn't...
true.
Like, your aim sometimes questionable, but this time, bam, straight into the thing.
Good, well done.
Yeah.
Like a javelin in school.
As this torch,
Thank you.
flies through the air, trails the rope, and then kind of hits off of this. Again, what are you calling this thing you're witnessing? What would you refer to it as?
The vortex.
So, the vortex that you're witnessing.
Funny blob.
The funny blob. As this like makes contact with that, it almost orbits it and pulls like some of the rope like around for a little bit, before both the torch and the rope falls to the deck.
Oh, fascinating. Also, it picks what it eats. I probably say too loudly for the comfortability of the crew.
Yeah. Like there's probably like I
Yeah.
don't know, like a couple that are maybe, I don't know, on their honeymoon towards the city of bridges or whatever. And like they were there to tie, one of those, things on a bridge, and they just look up in horror at you, this, fungus grandmother.
Sorry, loves. You might want to go downstairs.
Like shuffle them in.
Yeah, off you go.
I mean,
Can
yes.
I look at the crew members and then be like, oh no, did it eat Derrick? I liked Derrick.
Oh, what? The cook? The ship cook? I loved his
His risotto was great.
Amazing.
He had a way of making a heart attack sing.
I love it.
Maybe it was the amount of risotto he ate. Maybe that's what got Derrick.
Oh no.
Okay, maybe he tasted better because of that. I'm gonna have to write Derrick down now.
Sorry.
It's alright. Derrick eaten. Risotto? Question mark? Okay.
Harvest cruel mistress. He was too good of a cook, and so the world ate him.
Okay, so, to my knowledge, right, this is meant to be a back and forth thing, but I do believe you can keep the initiative with some mechanics.
I think we keep it until we roll with fear.
Yeah, so it's either you
And then
fail
you
an
get
action
it.
roll, you roll with
Yeah.
fear on an action roll, you do something that would have consequences. Yeah,
What a sentence.
honestly. What I love, the next one is gives you a golden opportunity, whatever the fuck that is, and looks to you for what happens next. So those are when I make moves. Now, the crit success rolls, I don't know if... Does anyone know the rule for this? Because I'd need to look it up. If you do, obviously, your crit, your double fours that you got, is that an auto pass to the thing you were trying, or do you still need to meet the difficulty for the thing you were trying? Because that is worth knowing, because I know a lot of systems don't actually have auto skill passes, but I don't remember...
The way Matt Mercer was describing it in the videos, it sort of, I think it was supposed to be an auto pass, but
I
don't quote
think-
me on that.
let's see. Let me have a look. I think that feels correct, though, right? That does feel correct because it was designed to be players supporting this system, right? It's not designed like 5e, etc. Other systems that are a bit more adversarial. So let's see. Just to confirm. The reason I'm asking is because an 8 is actually too short of what you would have needed to get that.
But a crit!
But a crit nonetheless. Just for transparency as well, the difficulty chart in this game, right? So you've got very easy, average, hard, very hard, nearly impossible. Okay? And their respective numbers were 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay? So I would have said this was easy. Despite it being their worst stat. But you chucking stuff at a threatening thing doesn't feel like it's going to be difficult for your character based on how we've established your character seems like the most martially, viable character out of the group.
Someone has to be. Someone has to protect these
Yeah.
healers.
So that they can protect you. Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Exactly, it's
Yeah.
synergy.
Where are the rules for critical hits? Or just, critical rolls even.
Mind if I take a very brief bio break?
On you
while
go,
you're
of course,
looking
yeah. No, never ask permission, just go, just as long as we know you're gone. You haven't just vanished into the ether. Where would that be? That must be somewhere in the rules. This is why I said it was a soft session one, because learning how this works is
That's
going to
okay. Gives us time to speed read character
Yeah.
sheets again.
The good thing is as well, we've got like a month to learn this between sessions, it looks, so
Okay.
we're
We
doing
all watch
okay.
a whole bunch of Dagger
Yeah.
Hives.
Okay,
Okay.
let's see.
Critical success counts as a roll with hope, even if you would have otherwise failed, because the total is lower than the roll's difficulty.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's still it never said a success with hope, it just said a roll with hope there, right?
Mm.
Okay. That's interesting. What page is that on, do you know, offhand?
It's under critical success and rules. I'll link you.
Thank you.
This is what I get for constantly drinking things as a sort of idle nerve displacement mechanism.
That's all right. As I said, people come and go as you need to for such things. Yeah, so when you roll the duality dice and both dice roll the same number, that is a critical success. A critical success counts as your roll with hope, even if you would have otherwise failed because the total is lower than the roll's difficulty. When you critically succeed on the roll along with gaining hope, you can also clear a stress from your character sheet. Additionally, when you critically succeed an attack roll, you deal extra damage as described in the damage rolls section, which we could all enjoy in a moment. So I do believe that technically means that is a failed roll, but I feel like the outcome's the exact same regardless, right? This thing gets thrown close enough that it seems to have orbited it and then drops on the deck.
Okay.
So ultimately, narratively, nothing changes for us. But you...
But we know it might have to pick to eat.
So you know that. Also, I
Information.
do believe that means... Does that mean it then comes to me if it's a failed roll, even though it's not a roll? Because a success with fear would come to me, right?
Yes.
And I believe a failed roll would come to me.
Mhm.
And that's a failed roll.
And that would be a failed roll. Just because it never met 10, which would have been the difficulty for it. Assuming that's how we've translated it, because at no point does it say you just succeed anyway, because it's a roll with hope rather than a fail with hope. Which
It's
is
just
interesting.
it could be worse.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
It
Like,
could be a fail with fear.
oh, 100%.
Oh, duality dose, that is a critical success. Counts as a roll with hope. I mean, it does say it's a success, so...
Well, it says a critical success counts as a roll with hope, right? So it talks about the hope and fear aspect, right? Even if you would have otherwise failed because the total is lower than the roll's difficulty. So that tells me you still need to meet the roll's difficulty. So the benefit is...
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, the critical success part is related to hope, right? And the fact that you clear a stress despite not achieving what you wanted to achieve. But I agree in principle with the wording. I'm also not seeing it where it says you still beat the roll regardless of what you rolled on the dice, number-wise. I'm not saying that. If you find something that says that, please link me to it, because I would love to know also. But at the moment, to me, that says that the 8 still isn't a 10. That's how I've read that. Which makes sense, because as written, unless the 2024 edition updated that rule, but from the 2014 rules in D&D 5e, rolling a skill check does need to actually beat the number you've set. Obviously, rolling a 20 in a skill check does not count as a crit. That's only in combat for attack rolls. As written. Nobody I know really plays it that way. But,
Straight
yeah.
from the core book.
Can you link me to it so I can read it? If that's okay.
No. I'm not like a Facebook discussion of people talking like that.
I see, okay, go for it then.
Critical success is a success in the best possible way, apparently.
Brilliant. Was there any more to that? Just the success in the best possible way?
Let the player describe their success and give the party additional opportunities or advantage in the scene because of it.
I see. Then it kind of contradicts the wording in the actual rules then, doesn't it, I would say?
I mean, don't quote me on that, I'm just searching.
No, that's okay. No, but it is good to have multiple sources of interpretations, though, right? Even if we disregard them. Again, it's just the phrasing of a critical success counts as a roll with hope, even if you would have otherwise failed. No, we'll just say it succeeds for now and I'll look it up later, right? I'm not that fast, and we're spending too much time on that, quite frankly, for, my liking. We can look that up later. Feel free for someone to put that in the Daggerheart rules part of the Discord, though, that's something worth clarifying. Because that's a good place to track this stuff, so we learn. But that is odd. Definitely odd, just based on the wording of that, but I would rather it favoured players, unless it actually very clearly said to me they don't get to win.
Duality dice show matching results. You rolled a critical success or crit. You automatically succeed with a bonus, gain a hope, and clear stress. If it's an attack roll, you deal critical damage.
Okay. And where was
Is
that?
in some PDF claiming to be the rules.
Okay. Okay. That's fine.
System reference document 1.0.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, no, I'm still not seeing that related to critical successes in the actual book, but that's fine. I don't care enough about it for right now. But that does mean it's one of your goes then if it's still player turn. Right? What would you like to do against the vortex?
Shall we try and persuade it to leave?
I don't think there are rules against, for example, I don't think if, say, Nebeus wanted to take another turn, I don't think there were rules against that. I think it just makes sense that you all discuss it so that one person isn't monopolizing the lead, as it were. But I also understand if I was a squishy caster thinking, I don't have anything to do until this happens, so can you murder your way through these people till the thing happens that I need? I think I'd be okay with stuff like that personally, so it encourages people to talk about strategy and things, which is good.
If I ever end up monopolizing the spotlight, feel free to smack me down and put me in my place, please.
No, you'll be fine, don't worry. We'll make sure it's mitigated quite nicely. I
have the urge to pull a massive magnet out of this nomadic pack.
I see.
I don't know if that'll be helpful or if it'll sink the boat. But I'm just curious to see what happens, really.
So, a big kind of lodestone, kind of raw magnet, basically, that you would like to kind of pull out of this. I don't know how mundane that is, but sure, why not? Do you want to spend a hope and pull a big lodestone out?
Yes, it depends on the context of the setting. Do we have any understanding of magnetism?
I mean,
maybe we've previously been to a lodestone mine.
Yeah.
That's where we were.
Yep.
So forget Plummies.
I like the idea that maybe this is where you keep your knitting needles stuck to it.
Yeah, that's my needle.
Stitch markers, yeah.
Yeah. That's what you'd negotiated as your reward for the last quest, hence why you have no money. You're like, this is really cool though, it's a cool rock. Why wouldn't you want a cool rock? And my needles stick to it.
It peels my armor off!
But yeah, so I'd say you've got maybe just maybe about a fist size. I love general statements like that. Fist size, whose fist? Lodestone in your back pack as you pull that out. Did you mark off your? Is it one hope you need to do that? Is that how that works? I think it was.
Yes, spend a hope.
Nice. So.
Yes, the telltale tug on my chainmail from behind indicates that
I'd hate to believe
the lodestone out.
I'd hate to believe it was that strong, right? We're talking regular kind of, large magnet, not giant industrial picking up crushed cars, poor Nebeus stuck to it. I don't like this.
I mean, as strong as I can carry.
Yeah. So yes, you've got this magnet in your hand. What would you like to do with it? Are you picking your needles off of it as your?
Yeah, definitely save the needles.
Mm-hmm.
If I can get close enough to it at a safe distance for myself, just to see if it has any kind of impact on the vortex.
Okay.
If not, I'm just gonna chuck it at the vortex and see if it.
Okay. Now help me out. Just to wrap my head around. Yeah, let me wrap my head around the phrasing. I'd like to get close enough, but safe enough away.
I'll hold on to the back. Back of dress.
I'm gonna tie the yarn round.
Tunic.
one of my legs.
Yeah. I'll just... Okay, so I need to yank you back.
We are surrounded by rope.
Yeah.
Character is
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like
Let's
the base is holding rope.
That.
Oh, yeah, so good. Amazing. Yeah, so you try and like slowly edge your way closer to the like the vortexy thing. You've got the other crewman that's just lost Derrick, very sad about this. And he's got some kind of strange, like almost pitchfork looking kind of thing for like spearing fish out of the water as the boat goes by. And he's like, you know, he's quite adept at this because he's, you know, been doing that just as like a hobby as the ship's been sailing. You feel free to name this gentleman also if you wish. But yeah, so he's been. What's that?
Ah, yes, longitudinous. The navigator. He has a fantastic aim with the harpoon, but a terrible taste in fish.
Longitudinous. Never let
And
them
his
name
mate.
things.
Derrick.
Derrick. Navigator.
He's long.
Okay. So, Lonnie, for short, is trying to keep this thing at bay with like his a strange like fishing spear, and doesn't seem to have much luck. He seems like a mix of incredibly upset and angry, emotional in his face at a glance. You can see like tears on his face, but it does look like there's a lot of just like stress there too, as he's trying to like mitigate this thing. But you can't tell if he's like trying to force the thing back or keep a hold of his spear.
Stay back, Lottie.
Ooh.
Horacina, be careful.
Like Lonnie seems not to have heard you, despite how loud like your obviously Dracona voice can be. He seems like focused in on this thing, or wrestling to hold on to his spear. We're not really sure what it is. But yeah, so you can see that as you like start to approach closer, Horacina. So describe for me in detail. You've got yarn tied to somebody in one hand, and you've got a magnet stone in the other, and you're like your legs are like edging forward to this thing. Okay, you're gonna get to the point where the pull will start to like pull at your arm, and then once it starts like you feel it pull, not like, you know, strong, as if somebody was trying to like just take it from your hand, like, are you gonna let it go, or are you gonna, because it's not, is it not particularly strong, just you feel the effects of this thing on the lodestone, or do you want to get closer? What are you doing?
As I feel the pull, I want to try pulling back and seeing what moves. If there's any kind of
Yeah, and like there's very little resistance to you just like pulling it closer to you, right? It's still well within like, you know, your strength range, etc. There's no overt, it's just you feel the effects, almost like the magnetic effects of the lodestone itself, right? You feel it tugging. You'd need to get closer for that effect to be strong enough that you'd have to fight it, right? You're definitely not as close as Lonnie.
Yeah.
And he's kind of at the other side of it as well. So he's kind of like at an angle, whereas you have came at it down the length of the ship.
Ow.
He's side on.
Foul, all-consuming attraction.
I think I'm getting a little bit nervous, not because I doubt myself, but just because I realise that I've made everyone else in the group nervous. Long shows the vortex, so maybe I should. Maybe just like, if I can get close enough that the magnet is kind of picking up in my hand, I'll let it kind of release into the vortex.
Yeah,
See where it goes.
So you get closer and closer to the point where like it's maybe a bit of a struggle for you to actually like hold on to the thing. So you know, if you let go now, it would actually like have some thrust to it. Are you gonna let it go and effectively catapult this thing?
At the vortex, yeah.
Yeah. So you let go of your lodestone, off it flies from your hand, and yeah, it seems to sail right towards this this entity. What you witness is obviously the color spectrum of this entity almost fold in on itself as this passes towards it. Definitely a clear reaction to the lodestone itself. And you're not sure what happens, but all of a sudden all of those beautiful, almost oily looking colours, the way they're displayed, turn very spiky and almost like you run a current through them for a split second.
We've made it angry. Pull her back.
And then it slowly melds back to that oily, passive state as the stone kind of seems to be gone.
We ate my magnet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a week's adventuring week.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to persuade it to go away. That's Chanterelle's first.
Amazing.
She's just going to, excuse me, you've eaten Derrick, so maybe you could just piss off now, thank you. I'll attempt to persuade it to leave.
Oh, I love it. So, Chanterelle, I would like a roll. Now, obviously,
Okay.
we haven't talked about this yet, okay, but we do have access to experiences,
Yes.
okay, and those can give you +2s to a roll. Yeah, you have one that may be...
Yeah. The old lady pragmatism.
Yeah.
You may as well ask it to leave. It might leave. Not waste effort.
And
Life is short.
Honey than vinegar.
I am old.
Just ask it politely and it might go away.
Yeah.
exactly.
I just piss off.
And I,
You don't get.
exactly,
Okay.
right? And I do believe that you need to spend a hope to add them into your
Okay.
your roll. If you choose to do that, you don't need to, but it is an option.
Yeah, it seems fun.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
So,
And
am
this,
I rolling with a
so this is going to be
fate?
you effectively it's presence, I would assume, as the roll. Okay, and I think to get all the bonuses added in, you might want to use the duality dice and then add a number, right? So on the sheet,
Okay.
you hopefully there should be is there a way to modify that
So if
or not? Is it just a normal
I
roll?
click presence.
We might just have to mathematically add.
There's a notes thing, so I could say +2.
Yeah,
from
from
all
your
the
experience, of course. Yep, if that lets you do that
See if that
without
don't know
doing
if
it
it'll add
myself
it
on
for
yours.
us,
But yeah,
but-
we'll find out.
we could see it.
hmm This might be quite difficult. That's all I'm saying.
It's fair.
hmm
You can
Although-
you can pass it.
No, it's not. That seems to just be editing.
Okay.
Okay. I'm in a different place now.
Okay.
I could. So it's already. It adds +1 because of presence. I could tick that up to 3 because
So
I'm
see
adding
when
2. Or should
you
I just leave? Just
when
roll
you
it?
click Old Lady Pragmatism, the number, what does it
Uh-huh.
do?
Ooh, let's find out.
Because it lets you.
No,
just
I
don't-
clicked the wrong one.
Okay. But
Ooh, no, something changed at the bottom of the screen.
okay.
This is a fun game.
Yep.
Okay, click that, and then the duality dice at the bottom of the screen
Okay.
did something, and then they're not doing it now.
But if you
Great.
now click presence, do you think it would add in? Was it a toggle for Old Lady Pragmatism?
I don't.
Yeah.
No, it's whatever I did. It's not doing it now.
That's
I
okay.
managed to make it do it once, and now it's like no.
I'm going to do a test roll, and it's going to be a
Okay.
test roll, okay?
Okay.
To the point where I'm even going to type test. Okay, so I'm going to click that and see what happens. And then I'm going to click this and see what happens.
Mhm.
Okay, that's fine. So when you click on the duality dice little square, it should
Mhm.
give you a little pop-up, and then it should have the plus there. So I would pop that up to 3 because it includes your presence.
Oh yeah. Oh, what? Sorry, I don't know why I clicked. Now it says +18. Like that.
You might have a better chat.
Okay, there we go. +3, and then I hit roll.
Yes.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens. Okay. I mean, we're knocking it out of the park, gang, right? Knocking it out of the bloody park. On the plus side,
vortex.
Really persuasive. We're going to be experts at critical success rolls. Nothing else.
So, for this one,
bite us.
you spent a hope, but you get to add a hope.
Yep.
So you don't have to adjust that at all, which is great.
Don't click anything,
Yep. You would mark stresses if you had any, right? I've got to get one of your stresses away, but we don't need to worry about that. And I think that's all we need to care about for the current state of affairs. This thing doesn't seem to have responded in any way to any of your words. Like, you could tell just from the roll itself, you have enough insight about how you've interacted with strange things in your experimentation years. It probably can't understand language.
That's fair.
Okay,
it's worth a try.
That is definitely something like from how you've interacted with things before. There'd be the slightest, let's call it body language. Don't know how we're gauging that, but you'd have got something from it. But you're not getting anything like that at all. This seems more like a force of nature rather than something sentient.
Okay.
Like
Can I put a hand on Mira and reassure?
I will.
Okay, it's okay. I was convinced.
Thank you, Derrick. I don't think it can understand us, so we may as well start either moving the boat or trying to move it. Maybe with stabbing.
Speaking of, I presume our boat was in the process of moving.
Yeah, it's not stopped.
Just arriving, and the vortex is remaining in position relative to the boat.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we should evacuate the boat.
Into the water? I don't want to go in the water.
We are surrounded by smaller boats, presumably.
No.
No?
Not that you can see.
I thought we were approaching the city of bridges.
You're a day away.
Oh, a day away!
Yep.
Oh dear, that's not good.
You can see it in the distance.
Yeah.
Oh, my sense for distance.
Okay.
Is
In a
there
more
anything
advanced setting, I might be thought of
tangible
as short-sighted.
What was that, Becca?
Is there anything
Becky?
tangible about this vortex? Is it touching the boat? Is it on the boat, or is it just
So
floating?
even just from the image, it looks like there's obviously the weird color energy warping effect thing does seem to be almost pulling down in a weird spiral. See the way the rope almost orbited it slightly. It's as if almost it's going down a drain. That kind of liquid down a drain slight vibe, or ink in water. But it doesn't seem to it's not like there's a wet patch beneath it of color or anything, right? It's just almost vapor or energy, or it's doesn't seem to be standing on the boat, right? It just seems to be there, but it obviously Nebeus noticed, it's been moving with you. Which is odd if it was some kind of anomaly in space, right? It would probably stay relative to where the anomaly was. So that isn't happening. It does seem to be staying with you. Doesn't seem to be responding to language, or necessarily even the fact that Nebeus threw something at it and you threw the lodestone. The only thing it reacted to was the lodestone.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So.
Well, I'm stumped. I'm no scholar.
We could ask Lonnie what Derrick did before he got eaten.
Well, I think if that's the case, I think I'm going to take my turn.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what the vortex do something.
Yes. I think I'll take my turn, and I feel like Lonnie and Horacina, am I saying that right? Yep, maybe. Yep, cool. Horacina. Definitely need to keep that list of names more visible. So there is a pulse that comes from this, those spiky lines in the colour again. as this wave pulses out. Doesn't quite hit Nebeus or Chanterelle, but it does hit yourself, Horacina, and you, let's see, forces all targets within close range to mark as stress and become vulnerable until their next rest or they clear an HP. Okay, so you have the vulnerable status. We'll talk about that when that matters. And as I said, that seems to be some kind of almost slightly like violent or like undesirable reaction this thing has had. Okay, and it probably looks like it was in reaction to very similar like reaction to when the lodestone went into it. Then there is a pulse, and metal shards fall beneath it, and like almost like darts into the deck. You just hear the thud 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 as these things, and you recognize that was once your lodestone that is chewed up and fired back out. Luckily, it never went shrapnel boom. But yes, in terms of like the move it uses is called Sickening Flux, just FYI. What it did, I'm going to look on this wonderful GM screen to see if it tells me what vulnerable does. Vulnerable. When you gain the vulnerable condition, this means you're temporarily in a difficult position within the fiction. When a creature becomes vulnerable, the players and GM should work out together to describe narratively how that happened. When you are vulnerable, all rolls targeting you have advantage. Okay. So that's where we are in the fiction, and I think that's possibly just, again, this pulse, the weird magnetic thing, the shards. We can assume whatever happens next will tie in narratively to this, because a lot of the narrative will be loose until we solidify it based on how we know things play out. And again, if you have suggestions, Becky can obviously let us know. But at the moment, that kind of vortex looks slightly dimmer because of this, though. One might say I had to mark an HP to do that. You could say that. I wouldn't say that, but you could if you were so inclined.
Its sickening radiance has dimmed. Throw all of the ship's compasses at it.
Where's all the nomads? Fetch your packs!
Metal. Or rocks.
Well, you can assume that the Derrick would have been armed with metal, right? Most likely.
True.
And you haven't noticed anything.
Derrick.
No.
He is armed with metal.
Yeah, he is. And he's in some weird tug of war, but it looks of it as he's threatening this thing with his spear.
I don't have the rope or the torch.
Yeah, it didn't seem to care about the torch.
And no rock does narrow it down.
Well, relative to things we can find on a boat in the middle of the sea, that does narrow it down quite a lot.
I'm returning to our previous suggestion of throwing money at it.
You have money?
No.
We don't have money anymore, but we should throw things at it.
I think just
I've
for
got a
clarity,
small bag of rocks and bones.
I do think you all get to start with, what is it, like a handful of gold or whatever it is. Yeah, so you have.
To be fair, I think I do have.
You've got that level of narrative spending money, whatever that means. But you definitely don't have what I would like. You don't have a payday from your last job.
Yeah, I just destroyed that.
Yeah. In the pursuit of knowledge.
It's fine. I trust my teammates, even when they waste all of our money throwing it into vortexes.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Let me see if there's anything else that I get to do on my go, which I don't think so. I think that might be me. Let me just double check. Yep. So it's now narratively back to you.
Okay.
Perhaps
We
we
could-
could just ignore it. Just keep people away from it and just bring it into the city, and then we can get someone who actually knows things to look at it.
It's not a terrible idea, to be fair. We could ask Lonnie to let go of his spiky thing and see what happens. Maybe it'll eat it and get tired again. It worked with Horacina's lodestone.
Maybe.
She liked that. Maybe Lonnie really likes his stick. Who knows?
You could shout to Lonnie to do something.
Yeah? Lonnie, dear, just let go. Come here.
And then, like,
Back away from the vortex.
you can kind of like see him, as I said, wrestling with this like wooden shafted but metal tipped like fishing spear thing, and this twin pronged fishing spear. And again, like you can kind of start to see the struggle in his face now as he like turns and breaks his focus from this thing and looks at like you randomly giving him orders, and his face screws up. He's got his like massive beard as well and his lovely knitted fishing sweater, and
Oh, very good.
freshly made, I imagine. And he kind of turns around and goes, "Are you mad? This thing will eat us all!"
Well, it seems less interesting. I know it ate Derrick. I'm sorry, love. But I do think it wants the metal pointy bit, not you. Just let go. Just let go.
And he goes, "And if you're wrong, what then?"
I'll get you another one.
Another Derrick.
Do you say that?
I got too quiet.
Just say it and go, "Oh!"
Oh dear, that might be a bit harder. But I'm sure there's many Derricks in the sea.
He just like shakes his head and goes, "It was so new."
Oh,
Those were my best boots, and they're gone.
He's not upset about that.
Was it about the boots?
And he goes, "Well, you owe me a spear," and he lets go of the spear, and the thing like flies into this thing's orbit, and it seems to like bend the spear to the point where you hear the it snap, the wood snap, and then there's two parts of it floating around, and then they eventually like bend and snap, and then they just drop.
Oh, sorry, love.
And he kind of like starts to like back off. Obviously, like bits of his clothing, like maybe loose threads from his nice jumper, are like like being pulled towards this thing. But in that kind of as he backs away, they settle.
Okay.
Some nice spray of the water comes up because the boat's not exactly being manned efficiently as well. So yeah, maybe it's a bit unsteady.
He's the navigator, isn't it? Can we get him back to steering the boat?
Don't worry. So the captain is still at the helm, like trying to do his best, but like, what's happening? You can name that person as well. Feel free to at some point. I don't want a name that has too many syllables, ideally. So I think it's Becky's turn to name somebody.
I was going to say Captain Blowhard, but it is
I see.
I mean, can you say no to that?
I mean, you can do whatever you like.
I have no names in my head, so let's go Captain Blowhard.
That's fine. Yeah, we got that.
Captain Berg Blowhard.
But it's got a T at the end.
Oh.
He is silent.
A lot of it might be silencing. So.
Okay.
Oh, my camera doesn't focus on me anymore. Hello. Back to the Feywild I go. So, you've witnessed a man lose his spear now. And back away to like the edge of the... Because this is it right at the front. So he's like backed off to the side part.
Good.
The little chest-high wall is, and he's got his back to that, and he's like gripping where you'd tie the ropes to, whatever that's called in a boat. What do you say?
Okay.
You want to do with this? Maybe we should just leave.
Chanterelle, you and I, we both have wild touch, but I don't know. I want to use that, but I don't know how without dying.
Oh, I know. I keep thinking of things I can do, and then going, "Oh, you've got to be really close." Don't want to. Seems like a bad plan.
So wild touch means that we can perform harmless, subtle effects that involve nature, such as causing a flower to rapidly grow, summoning a slight gust of wind, or starting a campfire at will.
We just summon tiny gusts of wind.
I will say that
Like
there is gusts of wind that are, happening. Yeah.
We could start a campfire on the ship.
That's what I was thinking. And then I was like,
and then just let the ship burn and maybe it'll go.
If there's any need to get close, there's nothing stopping us from taking advantage of all the rigging and the pulleys and stuff to implement a sort of basic strength multiplying system of like harness.
Okay, to achieve
what? For coordinate. Just been like, don't cross this line.
The equivalent of just like your thread, like just like yarning off like a police tape area.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do that. I'll just start kind of weaving in a circle, a big circle.
Yeah.
Tighter.
I mean, you could do that for like, you could like yarn off. You could yarn off the area where you start to feel the pull, like where the magnet first started to get pulled on. You could like weave off that kind of radius.
Just hammer your knitting needles.
But if you want to do that with your turn, you could do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else get?
At least that means no one else gets. Yeah. We can at least try and keep civilians.
What's anyone else doing?
Keeping people away, I guess.
Okay. I mean, there is only like 3 or 4 people, right, on the deck, right? Civilians. Because remember, there wasn't that many people on the boat with you guys, just a handful. Excuse me. And you don't remember if there was anyone else here because this thing might have hit them before you came up. So, but you just don't remember them. You just didn't really interact with people. You just kept to yourselves. Less trouble that way, I believe. Nebeus said to the group. Stop making friends everywhere we go and telling them all our business.
And then we went here, and then we met. Yep.
And we didn't go here because we didn't have much money, but now we do have money, and then we did this, and then we lost that money, and then... Yep.
Oh, Nebeus was so mad. Then I bought him some chocolate.
So, if you... Nebeus, do you want to start, like, ushering whoever's, like the civilians, at least downstairs?
Yep. Everyone downstairs, stay away from the anus of color. I don't know what do we even call this thing?
Strange blob. Hungry strange.
Stay away from the hungry blob.
Do we know anyone? Do we ring anybody? Phone a friend. Technically, I can through the Myceum network, but I don't want to. Everyone I know through that all bad vibes.
At sea?
It doesn't say it doesn't work
Yeah.
at sea, to be fair. It says I can communicate across any distance.
That's how mycelium networks work.
I agree, but that's not what the words say.
Yeah. Magic mycelium. You can tell me and Hannah's played together before. The magic.
You just haven't discovered the dimension that her mycelium's running on.
Yeah,
Yes.
You might even be able to move your ship through it one day. Who knows?
Next
to be telling me there's a tardigrade hidden in the ship.
Yeah, exactly. Poor Derrick, the tardigrade.
Okay.
So, as you were thinking that, and obviously we've got Nebeus like moving the couple and the other couple of people downstairs, this thing seems to react to people moving away.
Oh.
So it does start to move closer, further up the deck. It's now at the mast.
Oh dear. That seems bad.
Yeah.
Oh, so I can tie it to the mast.
I mean, if you want to try and like...
You might have to do quite big loops.
Now, this boat isn't that wide, remember?
Okay, at this point... How? At what point does the vortexy bit start happening? Because I've seen Horacina get close to it.
Yeah, so
Would we describe
Horacina
her
got
as
close,
very close?
and obviously Horacina's done a loop around, like almost like a semicircle, because you haven't been able to get behind it, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of like cordoned off the semicircle part, probably using the mast as a point to loop around, and then you've got at the front So this is maybe at the front, left of the ship, if you're standing facing down it. You've got Lonnie at the front right, looking for another implement to use as a weapon, as you run by with thread and yarn, tying it up, and then running back to loop it back on itself. You've then got Nebeus moving the civilians out the way and downstairs, so you guys can move around a bit more freely. You've got Captain Blowhard doing his best to maintain control of the ship in slightly rockier seas. And this thing, as those people have went downstairs, has just moved up to the mast as they were leaving.
Do we have a net or a spare sail or something?
Oh, there'll be a net somewhere for sure. Lonnie's favourite net.
Oh no, poor Lonnie. I don't. From that, would we say that Horacina got close or very close?
Close, but not very close. Yeah.
Okay, I've got a thing I can do, but actually very close, and it seems a bit munchy. So, what are we feeling? I pick my eyebrows up so I can see you both better.
I've got a bag of rocks and bones. I could just distract it from the other side. No.
Throw from either side.
Yeah.
And then Nebeus can stab it.
If we distract it enough, hopefully you can get close enough to do what you need to do.
Smash it, actually, but...
Oh, yes, sorry. Might work.
I have some doubts about this plan.
I also feel it might eat your lovely great warhammer, and maybe you don't want that, so...
You mean my sacred relic of a warhammer? Yes.
Yes, dear, yes, that one. I'd pat your arm in the way that grandmothers do when you're talking about something that they're I don't understand the youth. Yes, your Pokemon cards, lovely. Yeah, I have a magic thing, but I have to get very close, and I do feel like I just get sucked into the vortex, which I'm willing to try for science.
If you have faith in this plan, then we can rig up a harness for you.
Faith is a strong word. We did watch it eat Derrick. Derrick has not come back out.
Nope. Nor his boots.
Nor his boots.
Poor Lonnie. We can both transform into things. Again, I don't know how helpful being a different creature would be. You could also not talk, I think, right? Or can you talk?
Yeah, no.
I think you can talk, right? I think they added that in because it was a better version of the D&D one, right? Because I think they didn't like the fact that they couldn't just be animals and talk to actually tell people what they learned as an animal.
That's fair. Oh, that's too many.
Yeah.
Trying to remember what lives in features and what lives in domain features.
So, as you
can't use weapons or cast spells.
As you peruse your options, this thing moves closer again to that doorway. So basically, in another time interval of undeterminate definition, this will then be at the top of the stairs that lead down into the underside.
Oh, that's
dear.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
We need to stop this because we can no longer get them out. They're cornered. It's all our fault.
So you could get them. You could tell them to run back out right now.
Through the vortex.
It's not at the top of the stairs yet. It's one movement away. Based on how you've seen it. No.
Okay, let's maybe get. Let's just do the thing run forwards and backs. That gives us time to think. We just have to get them to agree. Every time we shout a certain word, they've got to run to the other end of the boat.
That may be our best plan so far.
Do you know, sometimes the best plans don't necessarily feel like the best plans, okay? And yet, they exist.
It's chasing us, but it's doing it slowly. We just outpace it until we can figure something out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's call to the people downstairs. Get them out downstairs.
Back out again.
Sorry, turns out it can move. Back we go.
Yeah, and like we'll just say it's two different like sets of couples that are there, and they're very. One of the gentlemen seems very disgruntled about this, like almost as if he's like, I'm not letting a bunch of people tell me what to do, but also he doesn't know what to do himself either, and is like trying to be like overly like macho and protective of his partner, who just seems like this is the worst day they have ever had in their life.
So romantic.
And they were like,
This
why
ship
did
is
we
gonna
not
get
pay for the
heavy."
nicer boat? Why are you so stingy? So they're having a like an inappropriate argument in this moment.
The other boat had lifeboats, dear.
I think
We could have
Chanterelle
left.
will point out that it's a freak of nature and it probably could have attacked the posh boat as well.
And he protects
Maybe
like
it's
his
just you
partner.
it hates.
He protects his partner. Goes, how dare you even insinuate such a thing? As if it's like, don't upset my partner, as he like cradles them more.
Sorry.
As if like it's clearly your fault that she's upset with me. It's not my.
Just choose them.
Yeah, and like you rush them over to like I guess the. I don't want to start using starboard and port because fuck that, but like left and right, yeah, like
Wait for the
Yes.
vortex.
I had a whole song about all the bits
so
of the boat.
the vortex
Yes.
is in the middle now at the mast to the left hand side from where you are.
Okay.
I'm going to describe left and right as if the boat was like a diagram where the front of the boat is at the top of the diagram and the bottom is at the bottom. The back is at the bottom. There we go.
Okay.
So we've drew a boat.
Yes.
So yes.
Okay. Next
So-
plan is either think really hard. Do we know anything about vortexes?
So let's introduce
Team think.
the player agency moment here, right?
Yay!
Let's have a player agency moment. This is where we pause the fiction briefly, Hannah, and you can have a chat as players, not as your characters, as players, and hash out what you think might be the best way forward because we're all new to this and these moments are nice to share with each other.
I'm not sure that's going to help much because we
Well,
don't,
it
have much
means-
of an idea. as
It means
players.
I stop taking turns when you take time. So it does
Yeah.
help.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it is. We step out into like a little bubble.
Hmm. And you get to say things to each other that you couldn't in character, right? Your meta knowledge is appropriate here.
Yes. I do have a magic-y thing, which might help, but I have to get very close to do it. So,
What's it do?
What is it you want to do?
I have my weapon is hand runes. I have tattoos on my hands that cause magic, but I have to be very close to do it. So it might hurt because it looked like it took some damage from itself from eating your lodestone. So that implies that it can be hurt. But it also does seem to maybe actually want to eat people because it moved closer to us. Unless all those people are just hiding lodestones.
We've all
Damn,
come
that
from the
cost-
Magnet
Who
Museum.
knows?
Above the magnet mine you saved.
Yes.
Hmm. So what's the thoughts, gang? Right? Anyone else want to like posit a suggestion, an idea, a possible plan to each other, and then it can be dissected, discarded, or put into practice?
I also have hand runes, so we could.
Did you go to the same tattoo place?
Yeah, probably. We've got them.
Why did we not get paid for this job? Hey guys, look at our cool tattoo hands.
Poor Nebeus.
Hmm.
You refused to get our cool group tattoo. You were like, no.
We know we're supposed to be entering an area of activated arcane esoteric defenses. Could we presume this is one of them?
It's a
Yeah, how
reasonable
much do we
assumption.
know? Yeah. We heard rumours of.
Yeah, like you know enough about like strange. Remember the weird elemental energy entity things like seem to be like coming from the city in some way, and like they're not sure if it's a defense mechanism or just like a byproduct of it coming out of the ocean. But this definitely lines up enough. Sorry, this thing probably doesn't lean. So yeah, it probably lines up enough. With that assumption of the rumours that you have heard before getting to the city, because obviously you have known enough to come here to speak to the librarian of Codex, right?
I will point out, I will just again throw it out there. I want to jump into it, and I am resisting that.
This is what I have to deal with from Hannah every bloody session. And I don't help, because I get to the point where I'm like, I want to see what happens too if Hannah does this crazy thing with magic. So I'm like,
Sorry.
Hannah, you know this can happen, so do you want to do this?
Yeah. I was just say I'm bad at there's a big button you can push. No, I want to push it right now, please, thank you. I'll just go.
My instinct says this is probably worth jumping into. It's probably a portal of some kind, some wormhole effect. So I'm honestly kind of down for the idea of using the rigging to make a harness, place somebody in it, and let them launch themselves into the hole.
Maybe take any metal off.
Yeah, the metal got spat. Although it didn't either. Lonnie's fishing spear, low quality metal. Vortex didn't like. Because Vortex didn't eat it. And it ate your loads down.
I also ate Derrick. And he must have had something like small and metal on him, probably.
Metal hip.
Yeah.
Metal hip. Metal hip. Young Derrick with his metal hip.
I'm playing a supportive and faithful character that values their team. If the team figures that somebody should try jumping through it,
No, we need you to pull us back.
That is also
to pull us back.
Yeah, you're the strongest. You have to.
Yeah. One of the things we could throw in, literally, is we can be smaller. Like we can be sort of beast form, flat, something that could be like something that could fly.
How much bigger could you be?
Not very big, because tier 1, small, squishy.
I was thinking something with
what
a large.
I quite like is
helpful.
What I quite enjoy is they're all just called, like we can be an agile scout or an aquatic scout.
Yeah, and you can describe it and you got the stats.
Yeah. A nimble grazer, a pack predator, or a stalking arachnid. It's already sort of what Horacina is. So, do we get closer? Try and go
adequate precautions.
with adequate precautions.
Ooh,
You said a question?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that, Frosty?
What was the question?
Do we go in with precautions or not?
Or do we get closer, try to attack it?
Can we do both?
Is there any of like intuiting or figuring out or like, I don't know, using instinct to like get a sense for if this is going to kill us, or maybe there's some sort of like knowledge check to see
You could roll if you wanted. You could do I think instinct might be the best one for that.
How do
so it's not instinct as such. I think analyze and comprehend might be slightly better. But to be honest, instinct or knowledge, and I'll rephrase the answer based on whatever one you roll.
I want to get a sort of vibe for if this is going to be lethal or not. So could I negotiate maybe instinct with my worldly traveling experience?
I think worldly travelled isn't as combat focused as I think you'd like it to be in this scenario. But
combat focused. I just want to sort of use the general sense.
Well,
of, like,
worldly travelled doesn't
things
necessarily to me say, can I assess the threat of this weird possible metal-eating vortex? So I wouldn't say worldly travelled would work, but I think if you're looking to try and work out how this is going to go, I think it is more likely, analyse for knowledge. I think it's more knowledge to work out like what do I think is going to happen based on what I have witnessed. If you're looking to try and perceive its behaviours, I'd say that's probably more instinct. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'd be good. I just want a sense of like if there's
you want something to go on, right? You want something
threat,
to go on.
Yes.
Well, give me an instinct roll, please. And you should be able to click on instinct, hopefully.
Trait roll +1. Okay.
Dum dum dum.
Hopeful 15.
Okay.
Hey.
Nice.
So, obviously add a hope if you haven't already, because that's a with hope, right? Roll? Or is that a with fear roll? It is a with hope roll. Yeah.
With
With
hope.
hope. Perfect.
The yellow one is bigger.
Okay. And what you can get purely from the way it's behaving, right? It seems to be concerned by the majority of people. But that's all you can tell. So as you ushered a bunch of people away, it wanted to follow almost like the mass of people that were leaving. But that's all you can tell with that.
Upon putting all of my neurons to work, it's attracted to people.
Well, it's not went after Lonnie, who was on their own, which is a big important thing. So it's not attracted to just people. It's attracted to a collective.
Let's spread out, gang. Spread out across the boat.
Come on, get away from your partners. Move.
That wife seems more than happy to be away from her husband
Come over
currently.
here, dear.
Or we
Yeah.
could just partner up ourselves. Either way, just so long as maybe it might help stabilize the situation. To
Right,
keep
so
sort of
to
even
keep track of who we've got on board, right? We've got
Okay.
2 couples, right? Those are our civilians, unnamed and will remain so, so we don't get too attached. You've then got you 3, bless you. You've got Lonnie, and you've got Captain Blowheart.
Okay.
So
So we can make like a rough, like surf.
he has to stay on the helm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We tell him that.
Lonnie is right at the front, behind this thing. This thing's in the middle, near the mast, to the left of the mast.
Okay.
So obviously you might want to try and position people almost a bit like a
Yeah.
clock face in a kind of way, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that what you're trying to do? Because someone will need to roll presence to convince these couples to do this, because they are
inspiring presence.
sure. You want to?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Well, you can decide amongst yourselves who wants to take the lead on that, and then we can have that roll. I'm going to
Well,
say this is a
I-
difficulty 15 for this particular roll.
I could make it a +3 if that would help.
I was going to ask if there is a way to help. How
Yes.
do help mechanics work?
So there is a help mechanic in this one.
Mhm.
Help an ally. Spend a hope and roll a d6 advantage die and add that to their roll. If more than one advantage die is being used on the roll, you only take the highest result. You don't get to add them all up. So it does mean that both of you could help with this.
And that would basically become like roll 2d6, take the higher.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or just one of you, but it would cost a hope for you to lend a helping
I
hand.
Have hope, so I'm happy to help.
I'm going to say there's another option. Okay.
Oh.
Let's look at all the mechanics. Group action. Okay, I'm just going to read through this. Nominate a leader of the action. All other participants in the group action make reaction rolls. Any successes give the leader a +1 modifier. Any failures give the leader a -1 modifier. After all other participants have contributed, the leader makes an action roll including these new modifiers. Okay, so I think in this scenario, help an ally is probably more beneficial. I feel like group action would be like if you were all trying to sneak into somewhere together, I'd make you roll the group action, right? And then that would mitigate the how well someone snuck in or not. Who squelches their boots, you know? So, we know it's going to be a difficulty 15. Obviously, we're going to have Nebeus be the lead charismatic presence, trying to like wrangle these random people, including Lonnie. So you've got 5 people to like manage, and you've got your 2 people helping. So you're going to be spending, I'm assuming, a hope to use inspiring presence for your +2 on top of your +1 presence already. And then you 2 are going to, I don't know if you are both helping or if just one person's helping, but it's going to cost a hope each to buy in.
Is it just the hope, or does it add your presence as well?
It's just a d6 you're adding.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay. But again, it's only one of your d6s that will be added, but you're basically rolling to see who's getting higher to help this along. Okay.
Yeah. Happiness.
Yeah, that's literally
I
what it
think
says.
you can add that on the duality. Did I
Yes,
see that?
yeah. So see if you click on duality, it will pop up with a green
And I think if you click on
advantage
the
and a red disadvantage, and those let you modify the roll there also.
there's so if you also click on, so if we just wanted to give the dice, I think Nebeus could click on the dice, and then there's a little blue arrow, and then more dice pop up.
I see.
Yeah,
That you
I
can
think
add.
Just make the base roll and then add like 2d6 with advantage.
Yeah.
I would prefer if they rolled their d6s because they're not
Okay.
cumulative.
Okay, so we just do that on Roll20.
No, you can do it on, on Roll20, sorry, yeah. You could do that with that little pop-up. Just because
Yeah.
only one of your d6s get added into
Okay.
Nebeus' roll, and I don't want it to add 2 extra d6s that just randomly roll and calculate up.
Grand.
To be fair,
Um,
Roll20 does get to show us the result of each individual roll, so we could just maths it.
Yeah, I think it's a bit more fun to see whose roll, like, more visibly, though. It saves our audience having to do math, like me.
That's a 5.
So, Becky, that's not what we're looking for, I don't think.
I was going to say, I don't think I clicked right.
So, see if you got the little arrow open. Nebeus, I'm on your sheet just now, so I'm just going to push a button, right? Can you hit clear on your duality roll in case there's any text in it for me?
Yeah.
Nebeus.
Done.
Perfect. It's just in case, like, I've got your sheet open in case it messes anything up. So I'm going to just click on that and then click on this. Does that just roll? Or does that not roll? No, it does just add it in. Okay, so Becky, can you go to the side, the very left side of Roll20?
Yep.
Okay, and in there should be... Okay, so you got a custom roll as well. Where was that button?
Okay, so you have a little dice icon, and you click it, and there's a box saying duality, but there's also a thing, an arrow to the right to get more dice. I just clicked one of those.
So I did that too.
Oh, so it doesn't add it in.
If you don't open it. So if you don't open it, it just puts it into a custom roll. Whereas I had the duality box open and I opened that arrow and it added it all in together.
So if I click on duality, it might go away.
Yeah. There we go.
I opened it. I did the wrong
So that's
thing.
perfect for you, Becky. Perfect. And then, right, so how are we doing there? And a banana. So it should...
I'm going to do it. I'm not trying to.
That's fine. No worries. Roll20 also has dice in there, but that is really good to know, so at least we know that. Okay. Well, we get a plus.
Hey.
We get a +4, and obviously both of you mark down a hope each that you have spent doing that.
Yep.
So you can now add a +4 onto your base roll, which I think is more elegant doing it that way.
We're looking at +7 overall.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But will it be enough? Let's find out.
Oh,
16.
Hey.
But fearful.
Finally.
Oh, no.
I can add a fear to my fear number.
Jeez, we really needed all those bonuses.
Boop.
That's why I like
Okay, I'm on 4 fear. It's fine. It's fine.
that.
Everything's fine. So, you managed to position everybody somehow, like just by, again, do you want to describe like how Nebeus arrays
everyone. It is attracted to the largest mass of people. Let's just distribute evenly. Are you familiar with this foreign device I've heard of called the clock?
They've got clocks.
It's foreign to me.
You remember social distancing.
Everybody's social distance.
Oh, we all take one
Remember
memory
that
damage.
day.
Around the vortex. Everyone takes the stress down.
Honestly. So, everyone, like, you know, here's the very sure of themselves draconic tones roar out over the the gust of air and such of the sea breeze, and they all like take up the positions that you all like. Each of you help point people to. Not that this matters, but do you want to describe what the one looks like, Hannah? As you're like, are you just not reassuring people as this goes? Like, you'll be here and you're least likely to be eaten or whatever. Like,
yes, I think it's
How are you
that kind of
to help?
Yeah, I think it's that just like disturbing levels of just like old lady indifference to death. So just that kind of like, you're least likely to be eaten, but it's okay because if it turns to you, it'll be over quickly. Don't worry about it.
It comes from for a song.
Yeah.
it's at least an interesting way to go.
Yes, just think of the things you'll tell people in the underworld. And he doesn't seem like a catch anyway, so you might be better off. And then move on to the next.
She's just like there wringing her hands and like twisting like her wedding ring in her finger and stuff and being like, oh, as if I was better off when the old lady didn't speak to me.
Yes.
Amazing. I like to believe these are like a Galapa couple. They must be a Galapa couple, right? Like the turtle people, for sure.
Oh, yes.
Just him with this little grumbly, Victor Meldrew energy that he's got. She's an old reference, but it checks out. And so we've got that arrayed very nicely done. I did get a lovely juicy fear, though. And the vortex in the middle does look like it's slowly growing, as if being pulled in every direction. Doesn't look like it's grew a lot, though. It's maybe like grew like a foot in radius. And then it doesn't seem to have moved any more.
I think we're making things worse.
Yes, I'm not sure well.
But
Are we now shouting from different
yeah,
parts of
yeah,
the
yeah.
I think we're making things worse.
And then the captain shouts down, "It's not moved, though."
True. We'll just stay still.
Can you stay like that for the rest of the day?
We can damn well try.
The Galapa lady's like, "Oh."
Everybody stand perfectly still
Can
for
I...
the rest of the voyage.
She puts her hand up and she's like, "What about bathroom breaks?"
We'll all close our eyes, love.
Just go where you stand for the good of the ship.
You hear like her husband shout, "This is absolutely atrocious. I can't believe such barbarity."
Should have read the reviews.
There weren't any reviews to read.
Ah.
That should have been a red flag.
Yeah, Chanterelle will point it. It's like a nod, sagely.
The actual flag of this ship, in fact, has red all over it. Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we should have got
red flag voyages. Yeah.
Red flag.
It's red flag voyages. It's fine. It was cheap and quick. Okay, what more did you want? Safe? That's an extra cost.
That's fair. That's the third.
Yeah.
Well, you don't get all three bits of the
No. So is the plan for you to just try and bolster these people to hold this thing in the center for the rest of today?
Yep, and hope a wizard comes.
The wizard comes.
We are within sight of the city, and presumably there's like distress protocols. Like, do we have flares or something, or can they put up the little extra flag of "Please help me"?
So, all ships have to carry a yellow flag for quarantine reasons, right? You're not allowed to sail unless you've got that, right? That is it.
Okay.
They have clearly no wizards on board that you can tell. Which means you need some kind of magical-based person to throw a flare up magically.
Okay, next idea. I'm going to shout across the circle. Horacina, we could be small flying things, but if there was two of us, it might very slowly follow us. And we could lure it off the ship. And we're hopefully faster than it. And then when it's far enough away, we fly back to the ship and keep moving.
Yeah.
And maybe it can't catch back up.
I
Maybe.
like that. Yeah, that's a good shout.
Or we fly into it.
Ah, yes, the intrusive thoughts are back.
Sorry, you know, the voice.
The mycelium.
I totally disagree.
I love the idea that you'd pick up through the mycelium osmosis just random people's ideas, though, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
is that my idea, or is that like a very disturbed person's idea?
Yeah. You're like, I
You're-
wasn't.
So you're a mushroom person, right? How disposable, how expendable is your body?
Well, I've never tried, but there's a first time for everything.
Could you like detach an eye and like throw it into the thing while still connected or something?
She considers. Again, she'll pull like the layers of wrinkles out and like poke around her eye and be like, that seems pretty well attached, I'm afraid.
You heard that Galapa woman go, "By Splendor, this is ridiculous."
Before we start pulling eyeballs out, maybe like the vortex just needs someone to like listen and take some time with them, and, like that way help them calm down.
Why else would it look like summer?
Yeah, I mean maybe just no one listens, you know, like. So I was thinking, like, you could try and use clarity of nature just to give it a wee bit of like serenity and peace.
Oh,
Maybe it was
This
just
is
like
if this is a natural disaster. Druid
Yeah.
nature.
If this is a natural disaster, it's fantastic.
Druids speak to nature, and it's a natural disaster.
I love lead-ups
we're a
to
disaster.
solutions. Lead-ups to solutions are always great because how do I preemptively deploy self-defense, which is my legal way of saying I had the right to murder them? Okay,
Castle doctrine.
so
yeah, that's cute.
what's the plan?
do we jump into it? Do we fly and lure it away? Or do we try and get it to do some yoga? Top three.
Yeah, who has a Snickers? Like, maybe this thing just needs to chill.
That's what Derrick wants.
Mhm.
Derrick was the king.
Derrick's last name was Snickers, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't know. I'm finding the urge to jump into it harder and harder to resist.
I mean,
We're
do you want
getting
to...
a rope on you.
Well, what if we did a roll, right, based on
Okay.
some kind of, I don't know, wisdom,
Sure.
right? So what, a knowledge roll for you, maybe?
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we'll see what you think of that plan.
Okay.
Mhm.
I don't think this is very pragmatic, so I don't think I can add anything to it. It's no advantage or disadvantage. It's just +1. Well,
Hey, look at that.
okay.
Okay. Based on what you've observed,
Okay.
it's probably not a good idea jumping in. The problem is you don't have evidence of it going badly other than the lodestone getting like propelled at speed
Yeah.
and broken and propelled. And obviously it broke parts of like Lonnie's spear, but then just dropped it as it got bored.
Yeah, but it doesn't. We're pretty sure it's not sentient.
It doesn't
It
seem to have
didn't
responded to any of your dialogue,
Yeah.
but it does seem to have like exhibited at least things that could be personified if people were inclined
Yes.
to personify things. With those, like the way it treated the spear and then the like the torch with the rope and stuff. It's almost like it was
Yeah.
trying to suss them out and then dropped them.
Yeah.
But that could just be
It's
this isn't
possible.
edible. So it might like
Yeah.
organic matter. It might not. It didn't eat the wood. So,
Hmm.
but it didn't seem to look like it had a choice with the lodestone.
Mm.
Jumping into it does feel like you might become the next lodestone.
Okay. Okay.
If only one of us had been an intelligent character.
What's the fun in that?
Yeah. Solutions? No. Adventure.
Okay. Do we try? My worry with us trying to lure it away is that if we're small creatures, And if it's metally things rather than just organic, we might not be as. We try become small beasts.
I mean, again, based off that knowledge roll, I'm happy to add as well. It does seem to be the fact that there was more mass moving away. You could work out that maybe likely more organic mass moving away.
Yeah.
So being a small thing flying away probably saves you.
Yeah. It's a big thing. What's the biggest thing that flies? Well, swims. We're on water.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We could probably turn into slightly larger swimming things than flying things.
I'm not going to start the precedent here where you fuse together to become some mega-sized thing. Not starting that precedent here. A party full of druids Voltroning every fucking session. We are the Ent.
Indescribable flesh blob.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fights the indescribable weird reality blob. Yeah.
Or we try and attack it. I'm not.
Oh, I have our rocks. Throw my rocks.
And handles.
Does anyone have a ranged weapon?
No.
We are uniquely ill-equipped for this encounter.
Funny that. It's almost like it makes you read your character sheet and learn it.
I think we should try the happens. Actually.
But harnessed up.
Yeah.
So that Nebeus can pull us back. Or do we tie ourselves to the edge of the ship?
Both.
Good.
Both.
Yeah, good, both. Yeah.
Okay, both is good.
There's those little metal kind of almost anvil-y looking shaped things. I can't remember the name of, but you tie ropes and stuff. So you get those for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've also got rope in my kit, so we can definitely make.
And there's
some
definitely
kind
rope lying around. Never mind those stuff that
Right.
you'll have handy because you didn't necessarily put it away, so you've still got it on you. Nevis. So yeah.
Or if we go back to beast form, the arachnid one, you can create like strong web material that you could.
I love the idea of just terrifying the other people on board. Just like, and now I'm a big spider.
Bouncing ideas.
Yeah.
And the circle.
How big is the spider?
How big do spiders get?
Because the web's only as strong. Is only strong relative to the size of the spinner. If it's a people-sized spider, that could be quite a strong. That would be very strong.
I think for the purposes of narrative, it's very vaguely defined in the ability.
Yeah,
it's really up to
like
what
the
you can
aquatic
negotiate.
scout is like eel, fish, octopus.
Yeah.
A boat-sized spider, you say? How fortuitous.
A furry kraken.
Wolf spider. Wolf spiders are pretty big. But maybe not as big as we are, which maybe makes the organic.
Yeah.
So shall we try attacking it?
My entire character sheet is about dealing and taking damage. I have nothing to contribute to this.
Unless you just ran at it with your warhammer.
Don't tempt me.
That's exactly my job.
I know.
Okay.
There.
Do we have to roll for how well we've attached ourselves to the boat / Nebeus?
No, I think you could take time to do that, right? Because this thing doesn't seem like this thing isn't rapidly moving around or anything. You could take time to tie stuff off and whatnot, unless you want to roll.
We're surrounded by sailors who do this stuff.
Yeah.
No, surrounded by you have Lonnie.
Lonnie's great.
Yeah.
We love Lonnie.
He was the experienced one.
Fire crew.
Yeah, he does. To be fair, he does. He was training up Derrick to help.
No, poor Derrick.
Could be in a better place.
Okay. So Horacina, we're going to tie ourselves off to the deck, and then we're going to slowly get closer so that we're in close range. Whatever it's called. Very close.
Yeah.
And then attack it with our hand rays.
So he's both going in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either side.
Opposite sides of the ship. So we I'm sure flanking isn't a thing in the system, but so that we flank.
No, but I feel like there is a maneuver you can do, I think, that is use team up for an attack. That is a thing. Let me work out.
Yeah, that is the entire point of the lack of initiative thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So let's work out what that is, because that might be what you might want to do. We'll talk it, and you can do two separate things, or you could do. But obviously, two separate things are sequential, which means it might become my go midway through. Whereas if you do the combo thing, we know that happens in one moment, scene, whatever. So let's work out what that's called, because it's not just like a group action or help an ally. Tag team role. So each player can choose one time per session to spend 3 hope. Okay. Yep. And initiate a tag team role with another PC. When you do, work with your chosen partner to describe how you combine your actions in a unique and exciting way. No pressure. You both make separate action rolls, but before resolving the roll's outcome, choose one of the rolls to apply for both of your results. On a roll with hope, all PCs involved gain a hope. On a roll with fear, the GM gains a fear for each PC involved. If you tag team on an attack roll and it succeeds, you both roll damage, then add it together to determine the damage dealt. So there you go. There you go. Who has 3 hope? None? Anyone? No? Are we all sub?
No, Nebeus has 3.
Okay. So that means
and it has to be spent by one person.
Yeah, so the tag team roll, it says here, each player can choose one time per session to spend 3 hope and initiate it with another person. So one person spends it, it happens, you pull somebody in. Tag team roll.
So we can't do that then.
Well, only if Nebeus is the one doing it.
Unless you
could pick somebody up and yeet them at the thing, but I'm not sure it's a great idea in this scenario.
Is somebody on 2 hope? Is that, are we? Because what if you did a roll between now and that plan that got you hope? What could you get up to, Hannah, between now and then?
And then I could roll to tie myself to the side of the ship.
Yes, you could. Let's see how secure your harness is. Hell yeah!
Yeah!
I think this is a finesse roll.
Okay.
Yep.
I have faith in our team.
Yeah. And you need to this is a difficulty 10, right? Like, this is not terrible.
Okay.
I
have nothing to add to this.
Yeah.
Straight roll. Let's give it a go.
Look at that.
Okay,
yep.
Okay.
Let me add.
It's with fear, though. I don't get a hope.
11, but fearful.
Let me add to the pherometer.
No.
What I like is it looks like the little frogman's reaching for it.
So even though I rolled with fear, I don't get stress.
It's a success with fear. And I believe...
Well tied.
Success with fear, they get what they want, but there is a consequence. The GM gains a fear. And the consequence is you are overconfident in how secure this harness is.
Absolutely fair. I start walking.
Yeah. Mostly because you did tie it exactly as you need to. As instructed by whoever told you how to do this, if it wasn't your own knowledge. And you're definitely that'll hold anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
You sure you don't need me to? You don't want me to hold onto your rope?
No, it's fine.
Yeah, you're confident.
I trust the ship. I've never said that at any point of us being on this boat.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
Is this just because you're overly going? Well, if it does break, maybe I'll go through it. Maybe we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
The voice is still affecting you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so
that did not get us a hope.
Unfortunately, not. No.
And I'm not holding on, not bracing them either. So.
Nope. But you don't need to enact your plan immediately because this thing hasn't moved, right? So if you can think of something else to help prepare you guys, I mean, I'm going to call a limit on it at some point, right? But I don't mind if you want to try something else because you have the narrative scope. This thing is contained for the moment. You have worked out how this thing isn't moving in any meaningful way. It only grew that foot in radius when used almost as if pulling it in multiple directions. So
okay.
So if you can think of something else that might get you hope, that's a possibility. But this is probably the last thing you can do.
Could I pray for guidance?
For some reason, the gods don't answer this atheist.
What?
I'm trying to think of anything that says gain a hope. I think obviously for ours, they're all spent.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there's any amazing gain of hope other than rolling.
It's a lot of clear stress, yeah. What else could we roll? And is it sort of a thing where I have to roll, because I've got to have 3 in order to spend the tag team?
Mm-hmm. Unless you think of a way to involve Nebeus in the tag team between yourself and them.
Okay.
Because it could be Warhammer and hand rune combo as you run at this thing. Maybe use are opposite sides of the ship.
Yeah.
And you
run then we might find out magic versus melee. But I am worried about your amazing weapon. Considering this thing.
You don't need bracing though.
You could persuade me. She'll have forgotten she said that in 2 seconds. She's old.
So what are we thinking?
Do we try and tag team? Or is there something else I can do to get a hope? Wouldn't it be fun to swing the big Warhammer? It'd be so fun. It's session 1. You never get to fight things in session 1.
I mean, I could introduce a rule here that I forget about next time we play, and I deliberately mean to forget about next time we play, where if someone spends 2 hope, either between the others or from one person, you could give 1 hope to someone else.
Oh.
But I'm definitely forgetting that rule for next time. It just sounds more fun if Nebeus doesn't really want to run at this thing with a Warhammer, and the 2 hand rune people are a bit more like mad.
Yeah, we're less likely as well to have our lovely weapon destroyed by metal eating thing.
Because you don't have lovely hands, obviously.
I don't want you to. Yeah. Well, to find out if I can regrow things.
All of my armor as well.
Yeah.
All of my equipment.
You have so much metal on you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, if someone could get rid of 2 hope.
Rule?
So the rule that doesn't exist, that will definitely never exist again, is if 2 hope disappears from somewhere else between the players, 1 hope can come to you.
Okay. And then we tag team.
Yes. Which means I don't think Becky has any hope, right?
No.
Which means it would need to be Nebeus spending 2 to give you 1. You don't need to. It's just an option. It's that, or you be involved in the tag team, which is way more fun.
I'm going to be inspiring.
Yeah.
You can do this.
But don't, it's like I love the idea of
strange fungus women.
You can do this, but also don't jump in. Resist the urge.
Just don't jump. I chant it.
Yeah. But I definitely forget that rule next time.
Inspiring shoulder pat. With each pat, you feel more hopeful.
Oh.
It'll never work again.
Remember the both times? Terrible ideas. Okay.
You said that last time.
Remember
Very
the mines?
Inspiring.
When the cave did in us, but the magnets held?
Will definitely not jump. I twitch.
I trust you implicitly.
Okay, so we're going to do this tag team between...
Yes.
Okay.
The hand rune attack.
So, since it's been 9 years since we read this out, it's each player can choose 1 time per session to spend 3 hope and initiate a tag team roll with another PC. So Hannah's going to be spending 3 hope to tag team up with Becky's character. When you do with your chosen partner, describe how you combine your actions in a unique and exciting way. You both make separate action rolls, but before resolving the roll's outcome, choose one of your rolls to apply to both results. On a roll with hope, all PCs involved gain a hope. On a roll with fear, the GM gains fear for each person involved. If you tag team on an attack roll and it succeeds, you both roll damage and add it together to determine the damage. So, we're going to be rolling, obviously, our attack rolls, I believe, right? Because you are both running, like, do you want to describe how this, like, combo attack looks?
Can we do some kind of like using like the ropes we've tied ourselves to ping so we can both like high five Nebeus before we like launch off? We both get to jump off your warhammer and head towards the
Well,
vortex.
isn't it?
It's going to become Gersten at this rate.
I thought Nebeus wasn't involved in the tag team. I thought it was you two.
I know.
with
I
Joel
just
Hen-
yeah.
they could be involved too. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
And then
team
me-
effort.
exactly.
They're my hope.
Yeah.
Horacina, like tiny, scary druid creature ladies fly through the air out the vortex.
It's both types of horror as well. It's like creeping and scuttling. Like it's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you're going to try and both hand rune this thing.
Sure.
Okie dokie. Right. The fuck. Do you want to give me? Who wants to go first?
Oh,
Fine.
I don't.
Okay, Becky, do you want to go first
Did
for
I
me then?
just try and face hugger it, like?
You like try and like
Yeah.
use your hand runes to like blast it with both hands. So I think you can click on the weapon section, the primary weapon section. It should be in there, underneath like active weapons in the middle of the character sheet, and it should be the +2 instinct. I think if you click that, that should hopefully do what you need it to do.
Oh,
You see it?
yeah.
Way.
Okay.
And then we'll get
Okay.
your roll.
So again, I just click that. Yeah.
Okay. Mhm.
Okay.
So, what roll do you want to go with? Because one's a 6 and one's an 11.
Yeah. The 11's with fear.
Mm-hmm.
What we did.
Oh no.
We get to pick, which is quite fun.
Mm-hmm.
So either we, it is.
And you are trying to hit a target number that this thing has.
Okay.
Do
Like-
we
We can player agency. We don't. I vibe that neither of those might necessarily hit.
That's a cunning vibe.
I just feel like if we know 10 is an easy task, I don't know if hand ruining the vortex would be classified as easy.
Mm.
So my next question would be, based on hope, might be quite useful. Do we get a hope even if the roll fails? We don't.
Let's
Do we
find
only
out.
get a hope if the roll succeeds?
It does just say, from the text I'm reading, on a roll with hope, all PCs involved gain a hope. It doesn't say you need to succeed to get that hope.
So do we gamble that neither of them would have hit and take the hope and not give Victor 2 fear? Not to be mechanical.
No, these are good mechanical questions to bring up because we're learning the game, right? Mhm.
Or do we go for the higher roll and just see what happens?
What are you drawn to?
Chaos.
Jump in, jump in.
It feels weird to pick a lower number, but I also do. I don't
No,
think
I think it's
an 11's gonna do it anyway.
I think that
Yeah.
your logic is. I'm not saying obviously if you're hitting or missing until you pick a number, but I think that's a
Yeah.
good rationale to go. If you don't feel confident in the numbers that are on the screen and you're allowed to pick them, why not pick the one that
Yeah.
gives you both a hope?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do it.
yeah,
Fail gracefully.
yeah. We like missed and hit each other.
So
High five
yeah,
above
what
it.
what actually happens is as like your hands all like charge up with all the runes and whatever fancy way each of your tattoos like light up, as you both go to like obviously like blast this thing, it turns into a Taurus donut shape, and you do high five each other in the middle, and then this thing like reverberates and blasts you both back as you both hit into like the deck like either side, and that's where we conclude.
Oh Oh my goodness.
Yes. So,
We're so-
at this stage, we now name the session. So if you want to put into the State of the Gods chat just any suggestions you have for a title for the session, ideally keep it relatively brief because I need to put it into a YouTube long video text field. So it can't be like longer than say City of the Gods, etc. Right? But feel free to pop in some suggestions, then you can all vote on what you like. So we'll do that. Only 3. And we'll see what suggestions we've got. So far we've got One Boat, 3 Idiots, Derrick's Worst Day,
And nothing was achieved.
Derrick's Betrayal. Man. Yep. Okay.
I do like Derrick's worst day.
Magnet magic.
It's very accurate as well.
This is too long.
It might be funny though. I should have taken the posh boat. Well, sailing's where posh came from, just as a random aside. Port over, starboard home.
Oh.
I actually think that's like not actually real. I think that was debunked.
I
potentially.
don't know, but that's cool.
But,
I
yeah,
like
and it's to do with the way the sunrise like and sets
Oh.
for like traveling from like Britain to like
So you get the
I want to say
fanciest
Africa.
cabin.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. As I
I
said,
like it, even if it's not true.
yeah, I learned that when I was young, and I feel like it's been long enough ago. It's been debunked since, but I'm not sure. But it's always stuck with me. Port over, starboard home. To either have the sun or not have the sun, whatever your preference was at the time, I forget. But yes, I obviously feel free to vote on them by reacting, ideally.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're always very quick. React quickly so you don't have the deciding vote.
Yeah. Oh no! Now there's a deciding vote. Unless it goes elsewhere, and then I'll have to pick. But hey, I don't have to pick. It's Derrick's worst day.
Oh, Derrick.
I like the idea that any player like picking this video, or sorry, any potential like person watching this video is like, right, cool, Derrick's worst day. I wonder what player that is. And then hearing the intro and be like, oh, oh dear.
Oh dear.
Okay, so now I'm not going to deal with XP or anything like that until I've understood how all of that works in this game. So we'll deal with all of that next time we all assemble. I'll do a lot of homework.
I'm not sure we achieved enough, like anything worthy of experience.
I mean,
anyway.
I enjoyed it. So yeah, we learned a lot about what not to do, which is information. So there is that.
But we remember it.
Yeah.
Player experience, not character experience.
Yeah. But now what we do is we do a thing called wrap up chat. I'm gonna let Hannah start because she's the expert at this. If you could follow suit in that format. But yes, it's mostly just a way of like a cool down chat for the session itself. So Hannah, start us off, please.
Oh my goodness, so fun. I'm not going to lie, I fully had deleted all information about how Daggerheart worked. I'm enjoying it. I like it. I like the 2 dice.
Yep.
I like that they get added together, and I like that you can succeed the fear and hope. I think that's really fun. I'm loving the party dynamics. I like the combination of sort of crazy druid arachnid mushroom ladies and Nebeus trying to be like, can we just do a heroic with a hero? We're just like, oh, what if we poke this? And I can just picture all the previous missions.
It's maybe why the other adventurers haven't came on this mission with the 2 of you specifically.
Yeah, maybe with the short straws were pulled somewhere. But bravo, like, Nebeus for dealing with.
Yeah, they're just like, I need to go because what if they don't come back?
Reminder.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to learn more about the vortex because we can't talk to it. We failed at attacking it. It eats metal. All of this seems like bad plan. but I also still kind of want to jump into it. But I am trying to listen to that not being a good idea. But if it happens,
Yeah, I mean,
maybe, yeah. Maybe we'll try the eyeball trick. Who knows? Maybe I can regrow an eyeball. We'll find out.
It's really so many instinct rolls I can make your roll, Hannah.
I know. I will say I have form with this, where I'm just like, no, but I want to press. It's more fun.
Big
and then I'm like,
button.
oh no, wait, there's consequences for people other than me. Oh no, I didn't mean that. I don't mind taking the consequences.
Hey.
Yeah.
And again, anything that furthers the narrative, even if it seems a bit left field or crazy, can be fun for everybody to try and like go, what do we do now you've done that?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But these are why player agency moments are good, right? Because it lets you have these, I have a crazy plan, I need you guys to be either on board or talk me out of it in character.
Yes.
Because it's probably going to happen instinctually. And you would know this because we've adventured a lot. So yeah, it's good.
Yes. Very excited to dig more into Daggerheart and the City of the Gods. Very excited to continue. We'll need to come up with some. Who are we? What's our party name?
Not the sailors, at least. I'm learning.
We're great at naming things. What do you mean? He's not named after the prince from the Swan Princess. Don't talk about it.
It's just the notes. It's like, my notes are intro and setup. Captain Blowheart, Derrick Eaton Rosetto ? Longitudinous navigator Lonnie. Those are my notes. And also, I add in Galapa couple.
Yes. 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 Lots of fun. Excited to do more.
Yeah. Oh, yep. And Frosty.
Okay. Okay. Apologies, this is new to me.
Yeah, it's again, to cool down chat, just share your thoughts about what happened. It can be good, bad, constructive, ideally constructive.
Yeah, okay. In terms of the system, I'm intrigued to see what it can do. I don't feel it's been put through its paces properly yet. That remains to be seen. But what's we've done so far feels good. Feels fluid. I appreciate the cooperative world building style that vibes heavily with me, but we could perhaps use a bit more drive in terms of narrative structure, because we did end up sort of bashing our head against a single puzzle through purely lack of knowledge and just throwing random things at it. I don't know if perhaps something's missed, or I don't know. I don't know where the guide rails are, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, I think that's you making a big assumption that there are guide rails, right? The nature of this is for you to try and learn about something that you don't know about, right? So you're acting almost as if you failed in some way. But you haven't. Right? Your assumption here is that this was going to be a 5-minute puzzle you just walk past. Who's to say this isn't going to be a 4-session puzzle where you try and save these poor people and get to shore safely, or pull Hannah's character back out of a possible warping portal that she's trying to get Lonnie's boots back, So, as I said, don't be too harsh on yourself. Just either enjoy the narrative or add more to it.
I certainly tried to.
Of course.
I like to. I hope I contributed positively.
Oh, for sure. Again, as Hannah said, the party dynamic was excellent. Just having someone be a measured response to two chaotic beings. I think we can definitely tell that nature is a very chaotic element in this world, it seems. Yeah. But, of course, having a character that's very martially gifted would come with, most likely a lot of discipline for the mind and behaviours and strategy compared to, can we chuck a magnet into it? What if I jump into it? So I don't think you have to worry too much about puzzles, because I don't know how much the puzzle will be solved. It will be the collateral to how they've chosen to solve the puzzle you might be needed for. Any other thoughts?
Too early to say.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm eager to see more. I'll have more detailed thoughts in the future, though.
Yes. And Becky?
Yeah, I agree with both of you. Like, I really enjoyed having hope and fear, kind of making the roles a bit more interesting, and also kind of guiding what might happen a little bit more. I think having hope and fear involved in that process like helps kind of give you ideas about how you failed or how you succeeded. I think it took a wee bit of getting used to like the free flowing element of combat, but I actually quite liked it. But yeah, there was a wee bit of like, oh no, I don't have anything that'll work. And yeah, that's when the magnets come out.
Which was great. It was such a good thought. And definitely seemed to have taught you something, whatever that something may be.
Yeah. I like just trying things, and I think this system works really well with that. And it's nice getting to do more kind of role playing side of things. I think that's something that I'll maybe get more into or get more used to as we go on, because it's a bit of a switch going from my voice to like speaking as my character. So I think I naturally speak more mechanically, so I'm excited to kind of explore a wee bit more of that as we get into it. But I really enjoyed it. It's really fun playing with everyone.
Oh, for sure. And obviously we're new to each other. As I said, me and Hannah have played a few games in the past, just a little couple. But yeah, and we're new to the system. Obviously we're new to this format that I do my games in as well. So there's lots of new things. It was a very soft session 1, as I said. Lots of setup required for us finally getting this off the ground. And we're taking a break for at least a month. So don't worry about remembering anything, because I'm going to be that, in maybe a month's time, if we're lucky with scheduling, I can get to say that, what do you remember from last time? And we'll all have perfect recall. But yeah, but no, I was very happy with how this session went for all intents and purposes. I think as well, this is maybe quite a good insight into my style in practice also. For those of you that haven't seen it previously, I'm very much the person that will write the solution to a puzzle, but then if other interesting solutions present themselves, those are equally as valid, right? I don't need it to be the exact thing I wrote down to solve the thing. But also, sometimes exploring space is interesting and making that space your own, and I want there always to be room for that. I will say, as a very big headliner here, I've had this come up in the past, but if you are here looking for 17 achievements per session, this is not the game for you. Very much could be a whole set of, say, the 3 hours could be one conversation you get into, and if the narrative is strong and interesting, that's where the camera stays. I don't need you to have solved whatever the problem you are discussing is in that session. If yous were having fun, having that discussion, getting lost in your characters' conversations with each other, discussing philosophy on some random grandmother's porch about life and death between the cleric and the necromancer. That was a 4-hour conversation nearly, and people were like, that was so deep. And I'm like, good, I'm glad yous enjoyed that. But if people don't enjoy it, you need to then add to the story and say, while that's going on, what can I do here, or what is happening here? There's definitely tools that we can use to make sure everyone feels involved in scenes and things as well. We'll build the synergy between all of us. Obviously, if we find other players as well, we'll add them into that synergy depending on how familiar they are with us. But we've established our little dynamic, which is good. But again, thank you very much for playing. It's really nice to see some of Daggerheart in play. I'm looking forward to getting into, sinking my teeth into a bit more of it. I'll be doing my homework over the next month, trying to absorb as much of this book as my brain lets me, now that I'm not suffering my months of illness. So yes, I'm excited for next time. And thank you all for playing. And say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.